I am the best in the world at what I do, and what I do is commentate. Hello everyone, I am the voice of the voiceless, the speech of the speechless, the fish of the fishless. That didn't make any sense. I swear every time I do these intros they get weirder and weirder. Actually, that's actually pretty fine when you think about it, because today's commentary is Splinter Cell, featuring the main character, Sam Fisher. Today's topic, I've been thinking about this for a while, and let's keep this channel real. It's 2 a.m. I'm recording this conversation, so if I sound a little tired, you guys know why. But I felt really inspired with seeing this topic, and I really want to record it to let everyone know, not just my feelings, but just the issue in general, or make the awareness of the topic a bit larger. Today's question, or today's topic overall, it's going to be the role of government in video games and the patriotism that we see in our entertainment. And I'll kind of branch that out, Canadian influence in video games. Firstly, today's gameplay, I should say, looking at Splinter Cell Conviction, which was released in, 2010? Could be wrong on that one. It was developed by Ubisoft Montreal, Canadian division. It's a great game, stealth action, very cinematic this game is. Today, when I'm showing you this gameplay, I want you to keep in mind that this is a Canadian game. No one can dispute that, obviously. It was developed in Canada. Ubisoft's Montreal success has granted them $500 million, $500 million to be exact, to develop Ubisoft Toronto. So Ubisoft Montreal is going to create Ubisoft Toronto because of the success of the Splinter Cell franchise and a lot of the other Ubisoft franchises, but Splinter Cell specifically is going to be developed in Toronto. What's also true is Ubisoft's about to get around $260 million from the Toronto, Ontario government, where I coincidentally live. That's my money going to Ubisoft Toronto. You know, I think about it, my demographic for my channel is probably going to be 18 to 25 year old. That's just the nature of the game. TYT Nation, if my video gets uploaded there, it's going to be 30 plus. It's going to be people who don't know video games or aren't attached to video games. Oh, actually I should be more. It's probably going to be 40, 50 plus who don't play video games. They're busy, they didn't play the Splinter Cell 1 franchise, whatever. So they may think, my tax dollars going to video games? That's a waste of money. So I want to make the argument that I believe that this is actually a good use of money. Why do I say that? Why I say that is, as a Canadian, and again, yes, I am Canadian, there is a huge focus on Canadianism in the products. I'm not sure if Americans are aware of this, and TYT Nation, and once again, if I get uploaded there, I want to see comments from American if they actually knew this. There is an actual law in Canada when it comes to our music, that if it's a Canadian-made product or a Canadian-made album, it gets a Canadian maple leaf. And the more Canadian it is by the production, like, I don't know, materials, the artist, the paper used for the covers on albums, it becomes, like, I think it's out of 4 bars, and 4 is like ultra mega Canadian. But maybe it's because I'm not into the Canadian music scene as much. I think it's kind of lame, to be honest with you. But in reverse, if this were to happen with Canadian video games, I would be happy. I like seeing the patriotic nature, or our patriotism in video games. We've developed games like Ubisoft's developed games like Assassin's Creed, Splinter Cell. Deus Ex was developed by Square Enix and Eidos. The gameplay I showed yesterday, or whenever you guys see this, Metal Gear Twin Snakes was developed in Canada. Mass Effect, developed in Edmonton. These are all video games that are developed in Canada, and as a Canadian, I like seeing it. Video games are a very marketable industry, but it's also a very risky industry. They were putting money into things like the War on Terror, War on Afghanistan. all these wars. I want to see money put into things that people actually buy in the entertainment world. Now, I don't know if 260 million is the correct figure. If you look at Ontario politics, we really have issues with money. And this is spread over 10 years, obviously. I'm not going to be sensationalistic and say, oh, it's just, it's 1 year. It's going to destroy Ontario. If anything, it's going to destroy Ontario. It's the Maple Leafs. Da, da! I got my first Maple Leafs joke in that got instant credibility. But I just want to say, as an outsider to America, you guys have it a lot luckier than we as Canadians, because we have to search and look for Canadian idols, and I don't mean the TV show, obviously, for many people trying to think of a smart comment. I mean, when we see a Canadian, we're proud of him, or her. We like seeing our own people. It's a recurring joke. Any Canadian can tell you another famous Canadian. We just have this, I don't want to say inferiority complex to get my Canadian subscribers mad, because they're pretty much the only people who watch my videos. But we know the Canadians. I know the Canadians. I'm guilty of it, of course, too. I like seeing our influence in the gaming industry. I like seeing our influence in the entertainment industry. I like seeing this. I also love the quality of these video games that we see in production. In fact, the video game market, if you guys want to read up more on this, I'll throw a link in my description. It's TYT Nation uploads this, and then I'll throw a link. Google McLean's and video game history. You'll find a really good article about how video game in Canada, it's been a very successful medium compared to things like Nortel, which have been public disasters. And I'll just show you a cinematic experience of what you're seeing. Sam Fisher is going to interrogate someone in regards to his daughter, and he put up the tit against his daughter. Look at this. This is an example of cinematography, if that's the word I'm looking for, in video games. I mentioned this in the Metal Gear Solid gameplay earlier, where I talked about many people don't think video games tell storylines. This was one of the best storylines and strongest in the Splinter Cell franchise to me. A lot of people think it jumped the gun and went to 24-ish. I loved it. But I want to hear people in the description talk about anything I mentioned today, whether it's patriotism. If you feel patriotic when you see a video game developed in your country, in your state, in your province, maybe you should comment about the role government should play. Because should they stay out of the entertainment media, or should they contribute into the form of subsidiaries? Personally, I'm excited to see Ubisoft Toronto, although the company does some mistakes every so often, like every other company. You gotta love this scenery. If you're skeptical about video games, I'm telling you, watch my videos. Watch the games I select and talk about in terms of their cinematography. They are excellent each and every time. Of course, people, you're watching TBS, The Brandon Show. Love you guys. Thumbs up the video. Subscribe, all that gist. Let Sam Fisher play us out. And comment. Love you guys. Hashtag get TBS on TYT.